Lads, today is a working day in the life. So, not a full day in the life. I'm not going to show you guys my morning routine, get up, looking at the sun, all that bullshit. I'll probably do that a different day. But for today, I'm literally just going to break down the sales calls that I'm taking, how I make my money, what I do on a day to day basis to make money. Now, what I was doing right before jumping on this video is I was answering some DMs. So again, I work for influencers that are selling a course. So they get a lot of traffic to their Instagram, to their Twitters, and they obviously can't answer all of the DMs themselves. So what I do is jump in their DMs, answer the customers that are reaching out to them, get them on a call with me, and then sell them the course. So I always start my day with answering any DMs that came through overnight to give myself the most amount of calls during the day and set some calls up maybe for later in the day where I can get a same day sale, same day shank. So that's what I was doing beforehand. I'll answer 2 to 300 DMs in the morning. Today as well, some news. This is pretty sick. So, like I said, I'm a sales rep. I take calls, I sell the course to customers that are coming to the influencers. I'm not the only one that's working for the influencer. I'm not the only one in the company. There's another guy as well that does the same thing as me. Now, there's a rule in the company, in the sales team that I'm on, that if you're $10,000 ahead of the other sales rep in terms of cash collected for the company, you actually get to steal their calls. So the sales calls that he has on his calendar, I now have free reign over, and I can actually steal his calls because I'm 13K ahead of him, cash collected wise. That's what we're doing today. We call it pillaging. I've taken 2 of his calls, and any new calls that come through, as long as I'm $10,000 ahead, I can steal them. So the rest of the month is looking very, very big. We're sitting on 5K right now based on the performance that I had yesterday. So let's keep pushing. I'm going to update you guys at the end of every call. Let's fucking work. Right, lads, just finished up my first couple of calls for the day. First guy had no money. He had $100. So I took a deposit from him of $100. Packages are like 2.5K, so $100 is nothing in the grand scheme of things. And my second call was a follow-up call. So this guy already had $1,500 down. I was just collecting an extra 1,000. So I get 7% on cash collected. So we are now $77 up for the day. That doesn't include my base pay. I get a base pay of like 150. I think it's about 150 or $200 a day. So if you want to count that, we're on like 220, 250. I only count new money coming in because the base is guaranteed anyways. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4 more calls for the day. The red and the green is separate, but the blue ones are my sales calls. So we're ready to crush. Right, now we are on to doing some drilling with the team that I'm actually with. When I say drilling, we're basically practicing what we're going to say on a sales call in order to make the most amount of sales. So I'll just turn this up for a second and show you
every step you need to take for you to get to your goal of.
So team call, as you can see, basically sharpening the knives, practicing so we can make the most amount of money as possible. This is an hour-long meeting. Right, I sat down to take my third scheduled call of the day. He ended up rescheduling. So literally last minute, he texted me that he was at work and he couldn't sit down, have a conversation with me for 30, 40 minutes, which is fine. So we scheduled for tomorrow at the same time instead. That call is going to roll on. 3 more on the calendar for today. One at 9 p.m., one at 10 p.m., one at 10:45 p.m. Now I'm going to run to the gym, get my mind right, fucking train hard, lift some heavy weights, probably hit the sauna and the ice bath as well. Prime myself to collect cash on these last 3 calls. So that's update on call number 3. All right, call number 4 is in the books. He showed to my call and he paid in full. So he paid 2.5K for the program. I get, again, 7% of that. So that's $175 for 45 minutes taking the call. I'm going to show you guys how much he paid. I'm going to have to block out his email and his name. But you can see here, 2497 in on WAP. That's just the payment platform that we actually use. So 2 more calls now, 1 in 5 minutes and then 1 45 minutes after that. We're looking to get another 2 paid in fulls. So let's work, man. All right, just got done with my fifth call. My sixth call is now. Oh, let me go this way. My sixth call is waiting in the call, but the fifth one, it was an interesting one. He was Indian. I was pitching him a $550 product because obviously he's Indian. He probably doesn't have money, and yeah, he told me that he needs a few days to get it together. Blah blah blah. Basically, just give him bullshit, like avoiding the fact that he didn't have the money. So that one's an L, basically a DQ. But again, we're gonna keep it pushing. It was a good practice because I was practicing his objections. Yeah, now we have the fifth call. We're looking to collect another 2.5k. Hopefully finish on a pretty big day. All right, fifth and final call in the books. That one was an L too. I pitched him 2.5k. And he gave me a bunch of different objections. Basically told me he was afraid to spend that amount, although he had the money. I covered all of that with him. I got him to commit to himself, take the step, and then he fucking jumped off the call when I sent him the payment link. So again, this is the ups and downs. It's an L, but we're gonna keep it pushing. Again, it was good practicing the objections. So just to recap the day, I took a total of 4 new calls. Again, one of them was a tie down, what we call it. He already had money down and he was just completing a payment. So I took 4 calls. 3 of them showed up. One of them obviously rescheduled, and I collected 3.6k. So I get about 260 of that because I get 7%. Total collected 3.6k. That's $260 for me on the day. And again, that's excluding my base pay, what I automatically get per day. So all in, I made about $340 today because I actually did the maths. It's about $60, $70 base pay. One of my mates is actually just arriving over here to Marbella. But that's how the day went. That's a day in the life. Watch out for more of these. They're on the way.